and it was just straight text, which was good because when I went to graduate school, everybody had been raised on interpretation and text, and I was the only one raised on actually reading the thing.
Yeah.
And so at the beginning in graduate school, I was frightened to death, but I actually could read, which was different from many of the other graduates. So she was really great, and there were a few other people who were, I think, who were really fine teachers. But the worst was Frida Gillette. And it was like, and she only ever gave exams, which was, fill in the blank kind of exam, fill in the guess. And I can remember things like, she asked, what were the 4 freedoms? That's 4 questions out of 100. And if you didn't get all 4 right, no, you had to go, to get an A, you had a 94. But if you missed these 4, which it was probably out of 50 questions, so you couldn't get an A. So she asked, what were the 4 freedoms? It was Franklin Roosevelt's famous speech.
They all remember Franklin Roosevelt.
It's whatever. It's freedom from want, freedom from fear, freedom of something, and freedom of whatever it is. Huh?
Freedom from hunger?
No. Freedom? No. But the key thing is that there are two freedoms, like freedom of speech or something like that, but there were 2 from want and from fear. So I put down want, fear, da. And she took 2 of them off because they didn't put from want or from fear. She was a pedant of the first order. And she taught things like the unification of Italy in the 19th century, and the question. Unification. So the question, and the key person who did that was a guy named Cavour. So he died in, I think, 1861. The question was, on the exam, of all of the things that you could know about Italy and the unification and who was involved, her question was, who died in 1861? well, a lot of people. And she was just awful. And I don't know why I continued in history, but I really wanted to be a lawyer. And I planned to go to law school.
President. You told me that.
Oh, that's another issue.
That was after being
Well, you can do it now.
Robert, what's your major?
Oh, I was pre-med.
Yeah, he was going to be a doctor.
I was going to be a doctor.
He told me I had to be a nurse, and I actually changed right.
And I had to take all sciences. I had to take physics and chemistry and zoology and botany. And I had to take a minor. So I had a minor in zoology. So I sent all the pigeon wigs to her.
Every time you dissected an animal that was small, he'd send it to me in the mail.
And when did you actually first work with a computer?
Let's see, 1960.
Oh, this is a good story.
1963.
This is a very good story. Ruth was trained as a math teacher, a high school math teacher, and she was really, really very good. In fact, what she's doing now in retirement is she's going back and volunteering to teach math in actually grade school, 3rd and 4th grade. And she is central to in one of the cities that's part of the Los Angeles region. She's part of bringing a new approach to teaching math called Singapore Math. Anyway, so she's trained as a high school math teacher, and she got a job to come out just after we got married to support me through graduate school, of course. And
Good idea.
And so she got a job, but they gave her a job teaching the 7th grade instead of high school. And all this was 40 kids who were terrorizing her every day, who were, and they had created a district of the poorest kids and so forth, and she was teaching them, and she just hated it. And so after about 2 or 3 months, I had to walk her to school, open the door, shove her in, and it was just awful. And so at the end of that first year, I believe, I'm not exactly sure, I believe I saw an advertisement that they wanted a computer programmer that they would train. And this was back when there weren't any computer programmers.
Mainframe.
And mainframes
You had to fill up the room with a computer, right?
and everything was done with punch cards and so forth and so on. And so I said, why don't you go interview for the job? And she said, I don't know anything about this. And I said, well, look, it says, I think it said somebody with math background or something. Yeah. So I said, and it was for a high energy physics department. And she interviewed, and
At this point, you're living where?
in Madison, in Wisconsin.
Madison.
And she interviewed, and they said, yeah, and that got her started in this career. And
computer science? Wow.
She got into that.
yeah, no, she got in at the very beginning, and she had the best job she ever had was computerizing the billing when we were in England in Norwich, computerizing the billing for Macintosh candy manufacturers. And the reason this was a great job is every Thursday, when they took all the seconds, the things that they couldn't sell, the things that were not quite made right, and they you could take as many as you want, take a bag of the stuff home, and
For a shilling. Bag for a shilling.
for a shilling. Okay, that was like 25 cents.
Wasn't real
And anyway,
Yeah, one real money.
money.
One
Wasn't real money.
and so the one day we already had a child,
We had two kids.
two children by then, and we were in a babysitting co-op, and which meant that that she would babysit for other people, they would babysit for us. We had about 20 people in this co-op, and she brought home on this particular evening a bag of 15. What was the candy bar? It was
That
wonderful
was
candy
like-
bar. I can't remember. It was about that big, and it was chocolate, and it was chewy, and it was really good, and it was and she left them there and went off to babysit, and I sat and ate one, and then I thought, well, that's good, and I ate a second one, and I ended up eating all 15. Anyways,
So I came home
Chewy.
just waiting to get one of those. Got a very sick
I'll bet he was sick by that time.
no, it was sick
Did
with
he get a
guilt.
stomachache?
It was sick with guilt.
And you still get a cloud over your eyes every time you think about that.
Yeah, right.
So did you get her? Did you buy her any?
No.
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. I don't
He did
remember
actually
doing
one
it.
time he bought me, remember that huge box of Heath bars? Remember, and I ate them all. One day.
What pro cool?
How did we get off onto that? I think somebody had asked you a question.
No, I asked you about.
Oh, asked me what my major was.
So I answered
I
the question.
remember meeting you sometime. Well, punch cards I remember doing in 1973.
Yeah.
High school in Boston for that year.
Yeah.
And they were still doing punch cards,
Right.
I managed after about months of work with punch cards to spell my name in S's or something.
Yes.
Okay, could I ask you my
No,
Okay,
We're heading off.
the family of Shannon is leaving.
Goodbye, family Shannon.
Wait, you made
See you at 5:30.
Wait, don't run away. You're asleep.
I
Wait, I have to talk again. I want to know which is the girl that does the
He's asleep.
Mariana Panera.
Alonso looks like Phelan. Next to Phelan. Alonso, next to Phelan.
Also, sit next to him. Those two could be robbers. Easily.
Look over here without your
Okay?
Let me see how
The haircut
far
is
we
just
It's
so
a bang.
similar as well.
Yes.
Leo.
Like Leo, switch places with Rebecca.
Ryan almost like odd
Recording is
Yeah,
Yeah.
very similar.
Brothers.
As one guy remarked,